What's your read on things? Things have tightened up a bit, haven't they, politically, between the two major parties as we head into Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this stage of the cycle, that's pretty normal. You wouldn't expect the government to be, rollicking along a long way in front at the moment. But I'd say that Anthony Albanese would be quite happy with where he is now, with an election to come. He's in a good spot.
I think it's going to be a really interesting contest because you've got two very experienced political operators in Dutton and Albanese. Both know how to get wins. You look at Dutton, who's held that marginal seat for 20 odd years, and then the teams on both sides, the likes of Chalmers and Miles and so on, in terms of their strategic thinking, will be also relied upon. They're going to play a big role in the campaign when it comes around not too far away.
No doubt about that. And you've mentioned Dutton's capacity to hold on. I mean, it's been remarkable. It's been 2% roughly to beat him for 20 years. But no one can get the 2%, even though around him they're getting 6 and 7s. So he's dug himself a pretty high wall around that seat, and no one's been able to breach it thus far.
Really quite an interesting development overnight. We saw, a couple of weeks ago, that tweet, the hourglass tweet from a senior advisor to Donald Trump about Kevin Rudd. I think what we've seen overnight is even more significant, this tweet by Elon Musk, because it's not about Rudd, it's about government policy, where he responded to the Prime Minister's message about age cap for social media and age limit, and he writes, "Seems like a backdoor way to control access to the internet by all Australians." This is not, just a tech executive. He's a right-hand man to the incoming president, Richo.
He is indeed. He's a man of great significance, someone you can't ignore, or you ignore at your own risk. So I'd say that we've got to have a look at that, and we've got to take it pretty seriously, because if the president's going to take him seriously, we'd be pretty silly not to as well.
I wonder what the politics are, though, of this, because what the government's doing with bipartisan support is super popular among families, parents. I know from my own experience, it is a very popular move. People who've got kids who are 10, 11, 12, they are welcoming this big time. So maybe politically it might be domestically a good fight to have. Bring it on.
Yeah, no question about that. Domestically, it's going to run well for whoever's pushing it. So I think a lot of parents, huge number of parents, would like to see some controls. So you don't just write this one off, that's for sure.
It's going to be a delicate one. Domestically popular, US alliance, maybe a bit of a sensitivity. Richo, great to see you. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Same to you, mate.